All right, well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Richmond Raptor Festival. How's everybody doing today? Yeah? Fantastic. Enjoying the lovely weather? It's nice, eh? Kind of cleared up for us. All right, well, welcome, everyone. My name is Emily. You're going to be meeting Jess in a little bit and some of our amazing birds of prey. We love teaching everybody about raptors. They're really awesome. They're really important in our ecosystems. And here in Richmond and Delta and Langley and all these places, we actually get a really unique opportunity to see raptors out in the wild. Now, some of you may or may not know what a raptor means. They're sort of a lump of birds or a group of birds that are all carnivores. So they eat meat for a living, and they hunt their food and they catch it with their feet. Okay, so this includes, generally speaking, hawks, eagles, owls, and falcons. Now, there are a few other birds that fall into this group, and some people think that some of the birds don't fall in this group, but basically speaking, they catch food with their feet. So I'm sure you guys have been learning all about raptors at the other booths here today. Now, there are just a couple quick reminders for everyone watching today. First of all, we don't fly birds here every day. So what this means is some of the birds that come out here can pretty much do anything, which means they might fly off over there. No need to panic. It's all under control. But hopefully you'll get to see them fly around. Second of all, second reminder is to all the parents out there, okay? I know some of you have small children. Small children get really excited. You're all doing a very good job at staying behind the yellow caution tape. But parents, if your kids run out here, well, there's not a whole lot I can do. They look like little rabbits, so they're fair game. You're all laughing, yeah. So, I will just let you know one more thing, and all the birds you are going to meet today have actually not come from the wild. So we had a few questions in the last flying demonstration, where did the birds come from? So they've either hatched out at our center or other wildlife facilities like it for a few reasons, but education being one of them, to bring them up close and personal to you guys, to hopefully inspire you to love the birds the way that we do. So, on that note, guys, have a look to your left. We are going to meet our very first bird today. He's going to be coming on out. His name is Golly, and he's going over there. Does anybody know what kind of bird Golly is? Yell it out if anybody knows. A Harris hawk. I heard it over there. Good job. That's right. He is a Harris hawk. Some of you might recognize him just as a hawk. Are you going to come and join us, Mr. Hawk? There we go. Barely making it over. Now, you may not have recognized this bird. Don't worry. It's because Harris hawks are actually not found here. They're not found here in Canada. Harris hawks are desert birds, southern United States down into Mexico. But we love introducing you to Harris hawks because they're really fun. They're sort of like, oh, you're going to fly off, aren't you? They're sort of like the Labradors of the bird world. They like to kind of hang out, be with you. They don't want to miss out on any of the action. And it actually has to do with how these birds hunt out in the wild. Harris hawks are one of the few raptors in the world that'll actually hunt in a pack, that'll hunt in a group. Come on, Golly. Come on, little man. There we go. They're trying to go after jackrabbits. They get in a group of usually one female. She'll gather a whole group of boys to work for her. She's got it figured out. and anywhere between 2 to up to 15 boys have actually been seen working for one female. But they do work together. So the female sits on a nice tall perch somewhere, a good lookout point. Come on, Golly. I know you apparently don't want to fly to my glove today. There we go. And it's the little boys like Golly here, he is a little male, that flush prey. So they're the ones chasing those jackrabbits out into the open. And the way they do this is, of course, by flying near the ground. They even run along the ground, believe it or not. And sometimes they run all the way down into those rabbits, chasing the rabbits out, into the rabbit holes, chasing the rabbits out to the open, corralling them to where the females are. You gonna show them how you can run, little man? There we go. Come on. There we go. They don't only catch jackrabbits, and they don't always hunt in groups. Of course, these birds can hunt on their own. They catch snakes and lizards, all types of things that live in the desert, catch little birds as well. They're incredibly agile raptors. Now, we're going to show you how agile this little raptor can be. I'm going to toss up a piece of meat in the air. Let's see if Golly can catch it. Golly, hop! Here he comes from over there, guys. Let's see what he does with this. Up goes the piece of meat. And he catches it. Nice one, buddy. That's pretty cool. He did a backflip in the last demonstration. Didn't do that quite today. Now, most importantly, did anybody notice what part of his body he used to catch the food? Yell it out. What did he use? His legs, his feet. That's right. Now this is the business end of birds of prey. This is what does all the catching and killing. And actually why we use the word raptor to describe these birds. They're not velociraptors like dinosaurs. I mean, they are sort of dinosaurs, but that's not why they're called raptor. They're called raptor because the Latin word rapere, it means to seize, it means to grasp. And that's what they're doing. They're grasping their food with their feet, which is the only way that they catch their food. Hey, Golly, you gonna come over here, buddy? No? And I think Golly's getting ready to do another toss-up. Do you guys want to see him catch something in the air again? Yeah, okay. Hey, Golly, this direction. Golly, hop. Here he comes. Well, let's see how well he does this time. Hey. Oh, you dropped it. Oh, he's looking for it. Oh, little man. It's right here. Here, come on. Round of applause. He's done a really great job today. Hopefully he'll head off to Jess. I might have to walk him a little bit closer. You are outsmarting me sometimes. There we go. Now, all raptors also share fabulous eyesight. I'm sure many of you have heard the saying, eyes like a hawk, or eagle-eyed. They generally see about 10 times better than you or I can. Well, there we go. That was Golly. We're going to come and bring out our next bird, everybody. Pretty much everybody's favorite. And here she comes. And this is the lovely Denarius. And what kind of a bird is she? An owl, that's right. Probably one of the most recognizable raptors out there. We all love owls. How can you not when they look like this? And she is a great horned owl she's actually only about 5 months old. So she's very young. She's not even a year old yet, and everything is very interesting to her. So sometimes she gets a little distracted when she comes out here, but hopefully we'll get her flying around a little bit. You gonna fly to the areas? Oh, the crow has discovered her. Look at that. Okay, do a little hop to area so everybody can see you. Leap of faith. Oh, she almost did it. There we go. So she is a great horned owl. Very common bird around here. In fact, some of you might have been lucky enough to see these guys out in the wild. They actually live all over North America. You find them up north into Alaska, down south into Mexico. They have a pretty huge range because what they eat lives everywhere. What do owls eat? Mice. Apparently fingers today too. They eat mice, that's right, they eat rodents. Rats are on the menu, but great horned owls are one of the largest, one of the heaviest birds, or heaviest owls we have here in North America. So why not go after something bigger if you're an owl? On the menu for these, come on. There you go. Oh, come on. You can do it. There we go. On the menu for these guys can be things as large as rabbits. You gonna go over there? Let's try it. Go. It's very scary. Maybe I'll walk closer. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how an owl trains a human right here. No. Oh, sorry, sweetheart. So, yes, great horned owls can eat things. Oh, you're gonna walk too, are you? You just like this pole, hey? That's fine. You can like the pole. She's great. Great horned owls can hunt things as large as rabbits. They're one of the few predators of raccoons, actually, skunks, and even porcupines. Here, I'll just pick you up and we'll go over on that side, and then Jeff can fly you back there. And of course, we don't see these birds a lot because when do they hunt? At night, that's right, they're nocturnal. So when you're nocturnal or when you hunt in low light conditions, you got a few features to help you out. So first and foremost are these big, beautiful eyes that we see on Denarius. Big eyes let in a lot of light. And her pupils can dilate to the size of her eyeballs there. And basically, her eyeballs are packed, can you go over there? With rod cells. Now, rod cells are cells that help to detect light and dark and shapes and movement. And what owls lack or have very few of are the cone cells, or the color detecting cells. So a lot of people think owls can't see during the day. They can see during the day. She's not really running into anything. She's got good vision. She just doesn't see that well in color because it's not that important to her. What she actually relies on more so than her eyesight is her hearing. She has fabulous hearing. Now her face is what helps her to hear. You and I have earlobes to catch sound. She doesn't have big floppy earlobes hanging on the side of her head. What she has instead is a flat face. It's pushed in. It catches sound. It acts like a satellite dish. And she's got special feathers on her face, which funnel the sound into her ears. Now her ears, okay, come here. There we go. Her ears are not those two feather tufts that you see right here on the top of her head. There you go. Sorry, sweetie. Those are not your ears. Her ears are pretty much where our ears are. I'll go over here. They're directly behind her eyes, but they're uneven. So one points up and forwards, and the other one is down and backwards. And these birds can pinpoint prey based on sound and sound alone. They don't have to spot their prey. They just hear a mouse rustling around in the grass at the bottom of a tree. Some people say they can even hear a mouse's heartbeat. It looks like you want to pick Denarius up and cuddle her. I can assure you, you don't want to. She's got incredible power in her talons, but she's got all that fluffy feathers to basically help muffle the sound. So every time she flaps her wings, she makes virtually no noise, and mice and rats don't hear her coming. You and I don't hear her coming, and they sneak up on their prey. They use stealth. So definitely these birds are very unique hunters. Now their feathers are so soft that they actually lack the speed and agility of some of the other birds, like a hawk or an eagle or a raven. You can hear that whoosh, whoosh, whoosh every time a raven flies by, because their feathers are hard, they're rigid, they're built for twisting and turning in their environments. Well, I think Denarius here has done an absolutely spectacular job for our 5-month-old owl today. Let's give her a big hand. I don't know if she's going to fly to Jess's glove, but we'll see. Oh, she did it. Oh, she did a great job. That's Denarius, our gorgeous great horned owl. Now, you may have noticed that she is quite a light great horned owl. She's very, very white. And some of you might be saying to yourselves, like, oh, I saw a dark great horned owl where I saw the one last. And that's actually because great horned owls come in a huge variety of colors. Depending on where they're from, they want to blend in with their environment, of course. Now, around here, around in British Columbia, I have a lot of dark chestnutty brown birds. Sometimes they're really, really dark. And actually, Denarius is from Ontario. So she's a very light bird. She sort of blends in with the different type of trees that they have out there. So that's pretty cool, their different coloration. How old will she get? Well, great horned owls actually have a pretty long lifespan. They can live 15 years out in the wild. Some live up to 20. So hopefully she lives forever. She's a beautiful bird. All right, we're going to meet another local resident, everybody. This is Kara. Here she comes. And Kara is our gorgeous red-tailed hawk. Now, most of you here have probably seen red-tailed hawks out in the wild, whether you know it or not. Yeah, a few of you guys. Well, you're looking at the red-tailed hawk. Check out her red tail. It's very distinct. They're sort of sit and wait predators. They don't do a whole lot of active hunting. They sit on those tall perches, those fence posts, those telephone poles on the roads. And what do you think a red-tailed hawk is waiting for on a highway? Roadkill. Bye, Kara. She's gonna go find some roadkill over there, I guess.
Other birds.
This is exactly what she did at 11:30. She went over to those trees. So Jess is getting her exercise for the day. Gonna go run over there. And we'll talk a little bit about red-tailed hawks while we wait for her to come back. It's always fun here at the Raptor Richmond Festival. Birds fly off. Anyways, yeah, red-tailed hawks sit on those fence posts, those telephone poles, waiting for roadkill. What we call Highway 1 out there, they call the Roadkill Cafe, you know? They hang out for hours. Sometimes they hang out on the same telephone pole day after day after day. They know that this is a good spot to be. There's a lot of food available, and they don't, here she comes, they don't have to waste a whole lot of energy catching and killing it because it's already dead. Now, these birds are energy conservers. They want to use the least amount of energy as possible. So of course, sitting on a fence post waiting for something to happen is the best way to conserve the energy. Now we all bring her back out a little bit so you get a chance to see her. Are you gonna come join us, Kara? You gonna come out all the way over here? She's like, no, I like those trees. Come on, Kara. Come on. She's got her wings out. She's gorgeous. There we go. Nice. Now she is a female. She is 1 year old. She did hatch out last spring. And she's been part of our bird control flying team. Here we go. Now, some of you may or may not know that along with education, the Pacific Northwest Raptors does a lot of bird control work. So we use birds like these to help chase away other species, things like ducks and pigeons, at places that you don't want them. In fact, we work all winter at the Vancouver airport, helping to keep the runways clear, and we would definitely use a bird like Kara to help to do so. She's a natural predator, and basically the other birds know that she's a predator, and they get out of the way when they see her coming. So she's definitely a great way of keeping those things in check. Are you gonna come over here? Now we don't only work at the airport. We work at places like landfills, industrial sites, and some pretty interesting projects as well, helping to move nesting gulls, for example, off of rivers so that projects can move on. All right, well, I think Kara's did a really great job today. She did fly off into a tree. You got to see some interesting work by Kara. Let's give her a hand. One more flight, Kara. That's all you gotta do. There we go. Now, they don't only eat roadkill, of course. That's not what they eat. They actually are a very versatile hunter. They eat pretty much anything on the menu, from tiny little mice. They actually eat grasshoppers as well, all the way up to large things as rabbits. They'll take small things. They'll take big things. They've got incredible power in those talons, and that's actually what's made the red-tailed hawk a very successful hunter out here. Is that versatility in the hunting. All right. Well, we're gonna pick it up a notch here, everyone. Who knows what the fastest animal on the planet is? The cheetah, yeah. Hey, Jess, let out the cheetah. Yeah. Oh, you forgot him at home? Oh, too bad. Okay, you're kind of right. Everybody always says the cheetah. Cheetahs have been clocked at about 100 kilometers an hour. They're the fastest land animal. But it is the peregrine falcon which has been clocked at over 300 kilometers an hour. So this is pretty darn fast. Today we're going to meet a falcon. She's not a peregrine. She's what we call a saker falcon. Now, saker falcons are native to Europe, they're native to Asia, and are some beautiful birds, and hopefully we can encourage Belle to come on out today. She will be joining us from your left-hand side. Come on, Belle. You can do it. Oh, there we go. Wings out. She's thinking about it. Falcons are sort of like, they're like the thoroughbreds of the bird world. You have to kind of take care of them, make sure that everything they want is perfect. And when she's good and ready, she will decide when she wants to come. And hopefully it's now. There's only so much you can say, Belle, without you flying. Come on, Belle. You can do it. I don't know. Oh, she's great. She's actually an old girl. She's 16 years old, this bird. And she's basically telling me, I don't think I want to fly today. There we go! Oh, we got her flying. Here she comes, guys. And there she goes. Bye, Belle. Have a look at her, guys. She's going to fly a lot differently from the other birds we've flown out here. Falcons fly really far. They fly really fast. She's coming in low over these bushes. You'll probably see her poke her head up the top. There she comes. And she's going to enjoy the wind a bit. She's looking for lift. She's looking for air. Falcons hunt other birds. They hunt them while they're flying. We call them aerial predators. So she has to get up nice and high to get that lift in order to come down and stoop on her prey. I think she's going to come in, maybe not, oh, maybe, and stoop on this thing that I'm swinging around my head. This is a fake bird, and theoretically she will come and hunt it. She's just going to take a pit stop in the trees. Where did you go, Belle? That was fun. I think she landed over here. Did you guys see her land? Yeah, okay, cool. So clearly she's just doing what she wants to do today, which is totally fine. Bella, you gonna come down? This is this beautiful bird that you can come and catch. I can't even see her. Well, we'll give her a few seconds here. She might decide to join us still. When they do come down and they do catch their prey, they basically hit it. They basically run into it at top speeds. This is what falcons are designed for. They don't actually do most of the catching and killing with their feet. It is with their body. They've got an incredible keel bone, which is the breastbone, which is built to take the impact. It can basically kill birds on impact without hurting themselves. And then they use those feet just to carry their prey off to a safe place to eat. Now, clearly, Belle doesn't really care about any of that today. All right, well, I think maybe we'll move on to the next bird, who actually is not going to be flying. But I think we are going to meet Aries here in just a second, so I'm going to pass you over to Jess. And he is definitely a stunning bird.
Hi, guys. This is Aries, and he is one of our golden eagles now. Aries here was born and raised at our center. He is about a year and a bit old, and he's a fantastic flyer. You can find Aries usually working with us at the center outside of Duncan. He's one of our male golden eagles. Now, golden eagles, there are two eagle species found right here in BC. You have the golden eagle and you have the bald eagle. Now, you're more likely to see the bald eagle, as the golden eagle here tends to be a more shy, elusive bird, but people do get lucky. They do get to see them here in the Richmond area, in the Lower Mainland, and if you do see one, consider yourself very lucky. Now, a lot of people get bald eagles, juvenile bald eagles, confused with the golden eagles. Now, that's because when bald eagles actually first hatch out, they're very, very dark brown in color, and they don't get that white head and tail until around 5 to 7 years of age. So a lot of people tell me they've seen a golden eagle, but remember, the golden eagle has this golden feathering on the back of his neck and on his head. For any of the kids out there, he looks like quite a big bird. Does anybody have a guess at how much Aries here might weigh? Any guesses? You can shout it out. 14 pounds, I'm hearing. 10 pounds? You guys are really good. 10 to 15 pounds. Usually I get guesses up to 100 pounds for Aries here. You might be surprised to know that he only weighs about 8 pounds. So he's very light. You gotta remember with birds, they're very, very light for flying. They have spongy or hollow bones as well as thousands of really, really light feathers. So oftentimes their weight is very deceiving. But after a while, he can actually get quite heavy on my arm. Now, another really neat thing with the golden eagle, they like to take out smaller mammals, even larger things. I've heard that in Mongolia they use them to hunt wolves. Sometimes they will drop goats off of cliffs. So they have very, very powerful talons, and they squeeze with their talons with quite a bit of pressure. I've heard a lot of different numbers, but I've heard upwards of 700 pounds per square inch of pressure they can squeeze with their talons. So very, very powerful talons on these guys. And like our hawks, he has incredible vision, and he uses it to hunt and kill his prey. So an absolutely wonderful bird to work with. Now, these guys are the birds that back in medieval days, these were the emperor's birds. So only the emperors or the kings got to hold these birds. But falconry has been around for a long time. We've been working with these birds for centuries, and they're absolutely fantastic to work with. Very, very smart. So on behalf of Emily and myself, we'd like to thank you guys for coming out and seeing our demo today. You want my sandwich? No. Anything? What do you think? You actually didn't eat that? No. It's gross. Squirting it everywhere.
Whoa, what was that?
That was a red-tailed, or no, that was Harry.
I love Harry whenever you feed another bird, he gets jealous.
Yeah, so all the birds that we work with, we're based on Vancouver Island. We have a company called the Raptors, like a center to the public. All the birds we work with are not from the place. Having said that, he is, but he's an injured bird, non-releasable. They've got northern Manitoba this summer with Manitoba Hydro, moving some nesting gulls. Basically, they can't blast while there's nesting wildlife in an area, so we encouraged them to use these other set of islands successfully, and then they were able to blast in this area. So just flying the falcons in the area, creating a predator presence essentially is what's going on. You increase the predators, the birds go, I don't want to be here, I want to be over there. What's her name? Denarius. No. I can, but they don't really like it actually. Yeah. That is some, if we kept stroking them or whatever, they would get, their feathers just get damaged. But is that right? It totally is. But the way I explain it so people understand is social animals clean, preen, touch each other. Crows, parrots. So if you have a pet parrot, you can and they love it because that's what they do to each other. These guys don't. So they don't know. It's all, it's all self, they're just solitary birds. They do their own thing. So us humans are social. We want a pet, stroke, and do all that stuff. But they don't like it. So they just have to learn. They'll bite you. Like if you try to touch Aries sometimes, it tries to bite you. You're just like, get away. I don't want this. Glad all the birds sort of behave.
Thank you. I love it when they miss me.
Yeah, you do. I don't.
Yeah.
Last year we were in Richmond for about 3 3 hours after this chasing a falcon. And we could see him, he flew above, and he's like,
Have you lost any birds to the wild when you do these shows? No?
You know what, they're all outfitted with a transmitter.
Okay.
So they do fly off.
But you
we
know
had
exactly
a bald
where
eagle
they are.
fly over there 1 year into a golf course that's over there, so that was fine. But it's mainly they get blown off, they get scared sometimes with the crowd or other raptors, and they go to the safety of a tree or, you know, somewhere nice, and then they wait for us to come, and then when we get there, they're kind of like, where have you been this whole time?
And is it true that they only come out at night?
No, that's a good question. Generally speaking, owls hunt at night or dawn and dusk, but they can be seen hunting during the day. And it depends on the species too. Some do hunt in the day. But basically, they've evolved to take advantage of food that's out at night. So mice, rats, and come out at night. Well, today we're at the Raptor Richmond Festival, basically celebrating and learning all things raptor. And this is the lovely Denarius. Everybody loves the owl. the most beautiful, the most striking eyes, I think. Yeah, she's full grown in size. Yeah, so they grow very fast. These birds, a couple months of age, they're full grown. And not a whole lot. Her feathers. I mean, this is sort of her juvenile coloration. Owls sort of they might change a little bit as they become older in their second and third year, but they generally look very similar. Other birds have different adult and juvenile plumage as well. So.
Thank you.
You're welcome, guys. Thanks for coming. And she doesn't know what that is. Look at that. What is that? It's a big bird, isn't it? Yay, it's a beautiful day. You're hot, I know. Pretty girl. Going down to South America.
You have to just go to that, you see where that trail is? Just follow that trail.
She's so comfortable right now. You never know how they're going to react. We bring them out here and we're like, see, like we trust our birds. They're great birds though. But there's always little things in the area that they see that we don't see, that they're
rabbits in the field.
Yeah.
Could be an interesting hunting demonstration.
We give them a reward for it. So exactly like how you would train a dog or a cat, you know, if you get them to sit down, you give them a reward or a treat for that. Same with these guys. We try to keep their behaviors very natural too. So when they're flying, okay, we'll go back to the front. So when we're flying them, we try to fly them to lures or try to fly them how they would naturally fly. So don't try to make them do circus tricks and all that type of stuff.
Sorry, what type of falcon?
She's a saker. S-A-K-E-R.
And they're not indigenous to North America?
No, you find them in sort of Europe and Asia, but they're a very traditional falconry bird. So a lot of people use these for hunting, you know, as a hobby kind of thing. Their demeanor is very nice. They're very nice falcon.
Except today.
Yeah, you're gonna see though, she's preening, cleaning her feathers. She's having a great time out there. Nice and windy.